we messed up, and we messed up big. In the last couple of weeks, we left Pipe Key. In the last couple of weeks, we left Pipe Key, we went to Compass Key, we sailed all the way to Nassau, and we spent an entire week at the Atlantis Marina. And we filmed all of it.
But there's no audio, none whatsoever. Thanks to thanks to Charles messing with audio settings. Didn't work.
Nothing. We have a nice Charlie Chapman style couple of videos and really nothing that we can share with y'all from it.
So let's give them a quick recap.
Good idea. So we went to Compass Key for our 10-year wedding anniversary and celebrated it by going to Rachel's Bath and visiting the sharks and staying at a ballin' Anchorage.
And then we sailed from Compass Key up to Nassau to meet our friends at Atlantis. It was an extremely light wind sailing day, and so we spent a lot of time really honing in sail trim and things like that, and we had all of that documented, and it's also gone.
True. And then we got to go stay at Atlantis, which was weird because, staying in a marina isn't normally something we like to do, but lots of water slides and casinos and cool stuff there, so it's definitely a different experience. But now we are sitting in the Anchorage right outside of the marina, so we're still in Nassau because we have some stuff to do before we can leave. So, sorry you missed all of that. Because I just realized it is Wednesday and we are filming now for an episode that needs to be done and released on Monday. So, yikes.
We thought we had a couple of weeks buffer, and we don't. It's time to get started.
Yeah. All right. Dry bag loaded with reusable bags, 2 masks, 1 wallet, lip gloss, and some luck.
I told you guys we had a really good view of Atlantis from where we were anchored, and it's because it's right across the channel from us. We are anchored in the middle anchorage. There's 3 primary anchorages in Nassau Harbor. There's the one on the east entrance channel, which is probably, in our opinion, the worst. It's got the most amount of current and probably the worst holding. There's also one on the western entrance channel just outside of Junkanoo Beach. That one probably has the best holding and the least amount of current. The challenge is that it's the farthest away from everything. It's actually on the other side of the cruise ships, so in order to get literally anywhere, you've got to get around the cruise ships and then probably another mile to go. So we really like the one in the middle because it's got pretty good holding. There's not a lot of current because it's out of the main channel, and it's pretty centrally located, so it's not too terribly long of a ride to get anywhere. The biggest challenge that we have is that there is so much current between where we're anchored and where we're going, which is the dinghy dock, because all the water funnels through the channel right around the Paradise Island bridges.
So this dinghy dock is our dock of choice because it is, well, like Charles said, centrally located, but also it's free. And it's only like, I don't know, a 5-minute walk to the grocery store, which as far as convenience goes, when you're carrying a whole bunch of heavy groceries, is about as good as it's gonna get. This market is the biggest and most Americanized market that I found in the Bahamas. Now, that doesn't mean it's the best, but it does mean that they'll have enough stuff for us to reprovision, which is why we chose to come here for this. We are running low on turkey and chicken and basically anything else that we were keeping in the freezer. And so it was always the plan to reprovision while we were here in Nassau. So when our friends were here visiting, they thought our can opener was a beer opener, and of course it broke. So now we have no can opener. And the stores here don't want you walking around with a whole bunch of bags, so I'm outside babysitting our bags while Charles is inside looking for a can opener. And it's so incredible to be in a place where there's all these stores that you can just pop in and see if they have a can opener right next to the grocery store that's fully stocked. Like, everything in Nassau is just so convenient. And while I can't wait to get back to the beautiful nature and peace of the Out Islands, it is kind of nice to just be able to get what you need so quickly. Did you find one?
Can opener.
Yay! Good old classic can opener. Mission accomplished. If you're planning on doing this, I would say invest in a really good vacuum sealer, which we did not because I didn't know how much I was going to use it, and I really wish I had put a little more thought into it. So invest in a good vacuum sealer and invest in a good freezer.
By the way, some of the footage that we lost was of us getting our visa extension approved. So we're here for 90 more days. That's why we're refilling up the freezer. While our friends were here, we actually had flipped our freezer into a refrigerator because we wanted a lot more kind of fresh produce and drink storage and things like that while they were here. And now that we know we're going to be here for a little while again, we're going to flip it back into freezer storage, which is really nice to have that flexibility. And of all the upgrades we've done, this is one of the best. Plan today was to leave the main Nassau harbor and go over to Rose Island. We wanted to get the water maker out especially so we can clean the boat, do some laundry, and just basically get ready to go. The challenge is that you know what they say about pink skies in the morning, and the anchorage at Rose Island is just not all that well protected, and certainly not protected like it is here. Because we're expecting a whole bunch of squalls to come through this afternoon, we decided to just go ahead and leave the boat here while it's protected, and that presents an extra problem for us because we're scrambling to get a video out on Monday. Today's Friday. This is gonna go out in 3 days.
Feels pretty snug. We haven't heard of another free dinghy dock around here, but we've been doing some scouting, and I think there might be one over there. So it looks like if we put the painter on one of those handles and then to put the lock on the ladder.
Yeah.
We could stay out of the way of the ladder and keep the boat like along the wall.
I like it.
Okay. So it's low tide, so this is going to be anything less than graceful. Glad I'm wearing shorts.
Piece of cake. So we're standing at the bottom of the Queen's Staircase, and it is really cool because it was carved out of this massive block of limestone that we're just standing right in the canyon of right now. The reason it was created was because they needed an escape route from the fort that's at the top of this hill. And it wasn't originally called the Queen's Staircase. They named it after Queen Victoria because she was the one who freed the slaves. And coincidentally, there's 66 stairs on the staircase, and Queen Victoria reigned for 66 years. Total coincidence, but kind of cool anyway. This is Fort Fincastle, which is at the very top of the Queen's Staircase. I always forget how much of a history nerd I actually am until I'm standing somewhere with just all kinds of history. So this fort was designed to protect the port of Nassau back in the 1800s. And you just kind of forget that that's real, right? That actually happened. These people and those stories, these places, and they actually exist. And I love experiencing that.
This place is well equipped. It's got 2 cannons out here in front and at least 3 that I can see up top that are facing out towards the bay. And if my history, or let's face it, memory on black sails tells me anything, these ports were heavily contested by pirates.
You guys, I'm constantly reminded that the temperature on the boat is always colder than the temperature on the land. I wore sleeves today because it's chilly on the boat. It's not chilly anymore.
And where's that rain?
Looks like the boat next to us is dragging a little bit, and it looks like their windlass is broken because the guy's pulling up chains by hand.
All right, guys, we gotta do some quick moving around, and I'll try to film what I can.
We're up to about 40 knots, so I'm really glad we stayed, but we're dragging a little bit. Gotta reset the anchor maybe, not sure.
A couple of boats in here have pulled up anchor and are resetting. There's a whole bunch of chaos going on, but right now we are thankfully holding tight. But there is a huge mooring that is directly behind us, and if we start to drift, we're gonna go right into it, and I can guarantee you our boat isn't gonna like that one little bit. Charles is being productive and swabbing the deck with the free deck rinse.
It's down to like 18.
Knots?
Yeah, and we haven't moved an inch since I turned the anchor alarm on. Should have had it on the whole time, but looking good right now.